we are moving up towards the Okavango Delta. It will be good to note and just to highlight what we are expecting this year. It appears the 2024-2025 Okavango Delta flood is rather impressive. Those of you that don't know much about the Okavango Delta, taking a look at this particular map, the Okavango Delta has its origins about 1,600 kilometers north of Botswana, in the eastern highlands of Angola. And that water travels down. The rainy season up there starts around about October and it finishes around about now. And that water travels down through these fertile lowlands of Angola, crosses the Caprivi strip of Namibia. And when it arrives in the Kalahari, there's no real river course for it. So it spreads out and it forms what is the largest inland delta in the world. It's also the 1,000th UNESCO World Heritage Site. We've had incredibly good and thankfully good local rainfall this season. So the Okavango Delta water table, or the base, is substantially higher than what it has been. And with the good rains that are coming out of the out of Angola into the Okavango Delta, we anticipate that we will have possibly one of the highest swells, floods of the Okavango Delta in the year 2025 that we have experienced in quite a few years. So expectation, and certainly those of you that have guests that are traveling to Botswana this year, from now on, the water has started arriving. It's starting to swell from now on through to sort of September, October. Expectation is that the Okavango Delta is truly going to be a sight to behold. It's going to be here in all its glory this year. So it does quite excite us in terms of what we are going to experience in the Delta this year. Up in the Moremi Game Reserve, we have a property called Okuti. This is quite a unique area. It's a satellite image of the Okavango Delta. I mentioned to you the water coming down from the northeastern side of Angola, where the catchment area is. When it arrives in Botswana, it runs into the upper section of the Okavango Delta that we know and we call the Panhandle, into the Kalahari, basically, that forms this big Okavango Delta wetland system. Chiefs Island is the main island in the center of the Okavango Delta, and it's at the top end of Chiefs Island, or just north of Chiefs Island, where this river system and the delta system actually splits. The main channel, also compounded by the fact that below the Earth's surface, underneath the Okavango Delta, there are very active tectonic plates that are constantly moving. And the result, because Botswana is flat, there are no mountain ranges and so on here, the result is you tend to have a lean from the west to the east, or the east to the west from time to time as these plates move. Currently, the major flow, the main flow into the Okavango Delta is coming down the Monachira river system, which runs past Vumbura all the way down towards the Kakanika Lagoon, where it splits off to the east down the Kwai river system, or goes further south into the Santandadibi and the Gomoti river systems as it works its way through to Mount. So that carries the major flows on the eastern side of the Okavango Delta. What's unique about the Kakanika area is, as this water's come down through the lowlands of Angola, it's obviously picked up a lot of minerals and brought all of that down. The largest lagoon network on the Monachira river system is called the Kakanika Lagoon. And this water flows into the Kakanika Lagoon, where these minerals go into suspension. So over years and years and years of evolutionary process, these nutrients that have come down with the river have been deposited into this Kakanika area. And as a result, you have an incredibly diverse ecosystem within that area of the Moremi Game Reserve. And these range from wide open floodplains, lagoons, palm tree islands. What you're seeing here are actually Mopani tree islands. We refer to these trees as cathedral Mopanis. Traveling anywhere else in Africa, Mopani tree at best is about 2 meters tall. Here they can grow 35, 40 meters tall and in these incredible forests. With that, a fantastic variety of browse, a fantastic variety of grazing that attracts the herbivores to this particular area, excuse me, because it is so mineral rich. And pursuant to that, there's a fantastic variety and fantastic numbers of predators to the area. So the game viewing is really prime within the Kakanika area, and that is where Okuti is located. To the front of Okuti is the Okavango Delta, so water systems. To the back of Okuti, there is mainland where game drives can be offered. Within Downey, we have made quite a few new adjustments to our activity offering in the Okuti area this year with the introduction of the Okuti barge. That upper level has a bar, has a lounge area. Underneath, downstairs, a dining area where guests can head out in the morning on their game drive, get back to the camp, climb onto the barge. They'll cruise out into the Kakanika Lagoon, and that's where there's a live cooking station on board, chef waitress station, and your brunch is served for you while you are cruising the Kakanika Lagoon area. Likewise, late afternoon, sundowner cruises, a great new alternative offering. Then we introduced this year Okuti Mokoro trips as well. So in terms of, and this is through a licensed entity owned by Downey, Botswana, we have the license to operate Mokoro activities in the national parks, and that has now become an additional activity offering from Okuti. Okuti was totally refurbished at the beginning of last year. It opened in about April. Quite a unique refurbish in that we utilized local artisans from Maun to come in and assist us with all the necessary work, the weaving, the basketry, the carpentry, the shelving, the artwork on the walls, in terms of our total refurbish at Okuti. And now with the new activity offerings in terms of the barge we brought in there, normal boat cruises, game drives, Mokoro activities, it is the best offering within the Moremi Game Reserve that you can provide for your guests, and certainly at a rate of $1,240 peak season on the rack. It makes it really attractive for people traveling to the destination.